Hello, welcome to Art Appreciation, also called Art 111. I will be your instructor, Nancy Briggs. I'm glad you joined me this semester. So the course is designed to provide a comprehensive understanding of several approaches to appreciating art. You'll learn the language used to describe and look at art. You'll understand the materials and techniques used to make art. You'll appreciate the process of making art because you will be making art yourself. You'll analyze art through the lens of overarching themes, and you will recognize the context of art throughout history. The course is locked, as all online courses are at Coastal, until you get at least an 80% on the entry verification quiz. Quick note, I do not count this as a grade in our course, so if you get to 80, you can just stop taking it after that. If you want to get to 100, that's up to you. There's a brief introduction to this course and 8 units. You'll have 1.5 weeks to complete each unit. The little intro is just this video and a little quiz, so you'll take that as part of Unit 1 time period. Each unit has the same types of assignments and a new theme. The weekly workload, there are quizzes called inquisitives, projects, forums, and unit notes, and these all have Wednesday and Sunday due dates. All assignments in a unit must be completed by the unit due date and will not be accepted late. If you submit work before the due dates, you will still be marked present for the days which it was assigned for. You can actually work up to 3 or 5 weeks ahead of time in this class. So just jump in if you want to get a lot done before spring break or something. That's up to you. I do not recommend trying to complete all of the unit work until the night it is due. The units have 1.5 weeks worth of college level work, so please plan your time ahead. This is a 12-week class, and it's designed to be a 16-week class, and that doesn't mean I threw away 4 weeks of work. That just means the 16 weeks is now crunched into 12 weeks, and that's why it might seem a little hectic at times. So just to reiterate what I mean by the due dates, you can see here on Unit 1, I have the 3 different, it's 1.5 weeks, so it's 3 different attendance days. Attendance are twice a week. So February 8th, Sunday, you'll have the 3 inquisitives due. Then Wednesday, the drawing and the gallery post, and then the next Sunday, the image notes and the forums are due. The whole unit deadline is February 15th. So I will accept anything from the unit until that date, all right? But not after. So you really do have a week and a half to do everything. However, there is an attendance each of these days. So you cannot, wait until the last minute for everything, all right? So the attendance rule is you must submit at least 1 graded activity per day I take attendance, so on Wednesdays and Sundays, all right? And then you will be marked present, and then everything is due on the deadline. So let me just reiterate that. So say you only take 1 inquisitive February 8th, you're still marked present for that day. But all the inquisitives have to be done by February 15th, right? Say you take a second inquisitive February 11th. You're still marked present because you did 1 of the graded activities from the unit. It doesn't have to be this activity, but it's better to go in the order I have them laid out in because it's a lot easier for you if you do the inquisitives and read the chapters before you try to do this stuff. So at least follow the order of everything. So again, everything in the unit is due on the unit deadline, and you must submit at least 1 thing every Monday and Sunday and earn a grade to be marked present. And then the Coastal rules are for 12 week, twice a week attendance. You can't miss 4 classes, non-consecutive. The 5th you miss, you'll be withdrawn, and then 3 in a row. So it's roughly, every 15 days, I think it is, or 14 days, you have to be submitting things, all right? So, or you'll be withdrawn. So just, keep that in mind. And really, I'm going to go back to this here. It's best, my little bubble here, it's best if you just stick to the due dates. you'll, be less likely to fall behind. You'll do a much better job on everything. You'll have a much better understanding. And frankly, you'll just enjoy the class a lot more because you won't be stressed out about all these deadlines and attendance rules. Just follow the guideline and you'll be set. So that's how the course is laid out for the schedule here. You can see I have all the deadlines on the schedule, and everything on the course you'll see is easy to find as far as deadlines as well. All right, so this is subject to change. I put, it hardly ever does, but it's about to snow as I make this video, so who knows. I'll keep you posted on that. So I think I said all this, no late work accepted. I kind of stressed that in this video. Chapter jumping, as you can see from our the unit overview here, we do jump around the textbook a lot, and that is because the textbook is designed to be used modularly. It has 4 sections. The first section is the elements and principles of art. The second section is the materials of art. And then the third section is history. Now, we don't cover the history chapters, but we will cover history in one of our units. And then we have a theme, which is chapter 4. All right, so, or section 4. So you can see I have assembled different chapters to make the most sense of the theme that we're doing, and the materials that you're covering in the chapter will be the materials that you're using to make your project for that unit. All right, so that's just what we're going to be doing. So you'll have the readings and inquisitives, you'll have an art project, you'll post your project on a gallery post and respond to 2 others, and that's just a sharing thing. It's not like you'll make the thing is really the grade, and then you'll just see what other people made, and it's fun. I think the students really enjoy that. There'll be supplemental readings and videos on which you will take graded image notes, and a discussion forum with 2 replies. So as you can see, this is a big chunk of work to wait until the last minute. So I really do think it's helpful if you just stay on course with the dates. I try to give a little wiggle room, just 1 every Monday, 1 every Sunday, and hopefully, if you wait till the weekend and do everything, that's up to you. But, don't stress yourself out by putting it off too long, because I feel like that's not going to lead to any enjoyment for this class. All right, so the inquisitives are 15%, the projects and gallery posts are 25%, the forums are 15%, the image notes are 25% of your grade, and then the final unit is 20%. I count that as your final exam grade for Coastal. There'll be rubrics and guidelines and videos and all kinds of information to help you get the most points on all these things, and so you'll know what to expect. This is the textbook that we're using, Gateways to Art, and it's included with your class. And the format for quizzes that Norton is the publisher here, they use they're called inquisitives. And if you've never used the inquisitives before, there's videos showing you how to use it. It's a little gaming sliding tool that you need to pay attention to. And I have, for you, because it's just 12 weeks, set them as the lowest amount of questions to get to 100%. And you can take them as many times as you like, so I always say, why not get 100%? It's 15% of your grade. Like, built in, you can get that total control out of that. The guided image notes are a compilation of all the things that we've learned in the class, and these are worth 25% of your course grade, and I feel that these are the most important thing that we do, other than the making art, because they summarize everything that you've learned in the unit, and they show me that you've covered the material and that you understand the material in a deeper way than just like, skimming through. All right, so say for instance Unit 1, this Lascaux cave drawing, you will watch a video on this, and then you will write a brief summary about what they said about the subject, the style, material. You're like, what do you see? Okay, I see, you'll talk about scale and overlapping and the horses and the cows and the bulls. And then you will describe it using the shape, contrast, focal point, and emphasis terms that you would have covered in the readings. And then you will put it into one of the categories from the other reading, the theme. So you're summarizing everything from the unit onto these images, and there's usually 4 to 6 images to apply these things to. And they're all relatively the same questions for each image. So Then the written discussion forums are usually based on the guided notes, the unit image notes. And this I do on purpose. Sometimes students write this in the survey, like it was so much overlapping. I do this, number one, to cut down on the workload, and number two, it's a good way for you to see what other people thought about the things you just wrote about in the unit notes. So you're familiar with the materials, and then you can have an academic conversation about it. So it's not a whole new thing usually. It will be something that you already have covered if you go in order, obviously. And then you can have a good conversation with somebody about it. So please don't treat this as just a social media site. Be respectful. It's okay to disagree with people as long as you're respectful. And your responses should add relevant information to the topic. It can't just be, I agree with what you said, or I like what you said, or whatever surface thing that you might say on a social media site. I expect it to be engaging and to be specific and to add to the conversation. The projects, if you stopped watching this video when I said you're going to make art and ran away, please don't be fearful of making art. The projects are very beginner level, I'll put it that way. My expectations are that you apply what you learned and you show an understanding of those things, and that you put a little time and effort and thought into what you're doing. I don't expect the skill level to be, off the charts. If it is, I'm always quite pleased. If you see other people's stuff on the gallery post, don't compare yourself to them unless, they put in a lot of time and you put in no time, then you might think about that. But skill level is something I'm not grading, but I do expect you to, put in the time. As I like to say in art, effort always shows. All right, and these are actual examples of what we're doing in the drawing unit in Unit 1. And obviously they're very complicated. Those are, though I don't expect you to be, a Pinterest star on these, like those two are. All right, so what you'll need, nothing really. You have your textbook, it's already included in the course, and you'll need some very basic art supplies, but don't go out and buy anything until every unit you'll see what you'll need, and I would bet that you have most things around your house, if not everything. Colored pencils are actually not even something, because the option is to do it digitally, the color thing that we're doing. So pencils, ruler, or use the side of something that's straight, drawing paper or printer paper, a pen, a Sharpie, everything else you can probably find around your house, all right? So don't think you need to spend any amount of money to make anything in this class. Just bring your creativity. All right, again, no late work is accepted after the unit deadline. Please pay attention to the attendance versus the deadline issue too. All right, when you log into the course, as all the Canvas courses now, you're probably familiar with this by now, everything's on the modules, and then you'll see everything on the right. It's very convenient. It was a pain to switch over, but it's a great format, I think. All right, and when you hit the modules, you'll see everything lined up after you take the entry verification. You won't see any of this until then, and you'll have to take the intro quiz, which will be here, and then you'll see everything. Unit 1 and 2 is already open. Like I said, you can work way ahead in this class. Don't work behind, work ahead. All right, I always find it helpful to hit the calendar too, and you'll see everything, the days. For you, it will be Sundays and Wednesdays. This is my other class before I set your course up. The grades page will show all your grades and my comments. Please read my comments. I do take a lot of time to grade everything, and you want to get your compliments. All right, so first you're going to do, when you log in, I'm sending you this video and the syllabus and the schedule. You'll take a look at all those, and ta-da, you'll almost be done with the course intro. All right, take the entry verification quiz, read through the stuff I sent you if you didn't. Watch this video. Take the the intro quiz will be here in the course intro unit, down here, number 3, and then just jump into unit 1. Okay, those are all due, you have a due date coming up right away. All right, so that's what you're going to do right away when you log in on probably Thursday morning. So please check your messages and announcements often. I send reminders at the beginning and end of each week about due dates. You'll usually get a happy Friday and, hope you had a great weekend Monday thing. And then if I do have time, and I often do, I send reminders on Sunday afternoon for things that are missing, or at least one thing that's missing to remind you of the deadline. This is an online course, so you're responsible for having internet and a working computer. Those cannot be an issue as far as missing things or not being able to do everything. You can go to campus or Starbucks or the coffee place of your choice and use their internet if that's an issue. All right, please get in touch with me if you need help with the course materials. I really am here to help you succeed in the course. I hope that you feel that that is what I'm here for. I set up the course, hoping that you will learn the most and enjoy the course the most, and I'm looking forward to a great semester. Okay,